You consider yourself a politician. I consider myself a politician, well, I guess so. I have my own party, though. In the immortal words of Bob Dylan, the times, they are a-chongin', and it seems some Hollywood stars are taking those lyrics to heart. Today, we're exploring a surprising shift in the political landscape of Tinseltown. From red carpets to red states, a number of high-profile celebrities have made headlines by bidding farewell to the Democratic Party. These aren't just fleeting endorsements or temporary alliances, we're talking about full-on political transformations that have left many fans and pundits scratching their heads. As we count down this list of stars who've switched their political allegiances, prepare to be amazed and possibly bewildered. The number one spot on our list is guaranteed to leave you stunned. So, without further ado, let's explore several of these notable political shifts. We'll identify 7 celebrities who've left the Democratic Party for good and examine their reasons and the consequences. 1. Rob Schneider. How tough was that decision? Well, you know, it's easy when you have little kids and you start thinking about what kind of future you want for them. I have a good nest egg to take care of them financially, but what does that matter if the country they live in is in disarray? At a certain point, you have to think about what you're really leaving behind. Rob Schneider, a highly celebrated American actor, comedian, screenwriter, and director, first gained widespread recognition as a cast member on Saturday Night Live in the 1990s. His comedic talents later propelled him to star in popular films such as Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo and The Hot Chick. Schneider's journey in entertainment began with stand-up comedy in the 1980s before he joined the cast of SNL in 1990, where he became known for characters like Richard Lamer, the office worker who irritated colleagues with an endless stream of nicknames. For most of his career, Schneider was a registered Democrat. However, in 2013, he made headlines by publicly announcing his switch to the Republican Party. He cited his dissatisfaction with Democratic governance in California as a primary reason for this change. In his own words, Schneider stated, "The state of California is a mess, and the supermajority of Democrats is not working. I've been a lifelong Democrat, and I have to switch over because it no longer serves the people of this great state." Schneider's decision to leave the Democratic Party wasn't just about state politics. In various interviews, he has expressed his belief that the Democratic Party has shifted too far to the left ideologically. He has been particularly vocal about what he perceives as government overreach and restrictions on personal freedoms. One specific issue that has put Schneider at odds with the Democratic establishment is his opposition to childhood vaccination mandates. This stance has made him a controversial figure in debates about public health policy. Since his departure from the Democratic Party, Schneider has become increasingly outspoken about his conservative views. He frequently uses social media platforms to comment on political issues and has made appearances on conservative media outlets. However, it's worth noting that Schneider doesn't see himself as strictly aligned with the Republican Party. In a 2017 interview, he described himself as an independent who leans more conservative, suggesting a nuanced political stance that doesn't fully align with either major party. Schneider continues to be vocal about his disagreements with Democratic policies and politicians. He has been critical of various Democratic initiatives and has not shied away from expressing his views on contentious political topics. In a notable move that further distanced him from his former party, Schneider endorsed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Kennedy, while running as a Democrat, has been highly critical of the party establishment, aligning with some of Schneider's own criticisms. The actor's political evolution has not been without controversy. His outspoken nature on political issues has sometimes led to backlash, particularly regarding his views on vaccinations. In 2014, State Farm Insurance dropped Schneider from their ad campaign due to his anti-vaccination stance, highlighting the potential professional consequences of his political views. Despite the potential career risks, Schneider has remained committed to expressing his political beliefs. He has stated that he believes there is a blacklist against conservatives in Hollywood, suggesting that many actors with conservative views keep quiet out of fear of professional repercussions. This claim has been a point of debate in discussions about political diversity in the entertainment industry. In recent years, Schneider has continued to act and perform stand-up comedy while also using his platform to discuss political issues. His transition from a lifelong Democrat to a conservative-leaning independent illustrates the complex and sometimes dramatic ways in which individuals' political affiliations can evolve over time. Whether one agrees with his views or not, Schneider's political journey represents a high-profile example of shifting party allegiances in contemporary American politics. 2. Dennis Miller. When I look at the political landscape, I often find myself reflecting on the changes that have occurred over the years. Dennis Miller, known for his sharp wit and acerbic commentary, first rose to celebrity status as a cast member on Saturday Night Live, where he anchored the Weekend Update segment from 1985 to 1991. Known for his intellectual humor and pop culture references, Miller became a prominent figure in American comedy. Initially aligned with more liberal viewpoints, he described himself as a 9/13 Republican, referring to how the events of September 11, 2001, altered his political perspective. This political evolution was evident in his media appearances and comedy specials. Miller became a regular contributor on Fox News, offering commentary that often aligned with conservative viewpoints. He also hosted his own talk shows, including Dennis Miller Live on HBO and later The Dennis Miller Show on RT America. Miller's transition from a liberal comedian to a conservative commentator surprised many of his longtime fans. He has been vocal in his support for Republican candidates and policies, including backing Donald Trump in the 2016 election. However, Miller has maintained some libertarian views, particularly on social issues, which adds complexity to his political identity. His political shift has had a significant impact on his career and public persona. While alienating some of his former audience, Miller has found a new following among conservative viewers and listeners. His journey illustrates how major events can reshape political beliefs, even for those in the public eye. 3. Ron Silver. Ron Silver was a distinguished American actor, director, producer, and political activist whose career spanned several decades in film, television, and theater. He gained critical acclaim for his performances in films like Reversal of Fortune and TV series such as The West Wing. Beyond his acting career, Silver was also known for his political engagement, serving as president of the Actors Equity Association labor union from 1991 to 2000. For much of his life, Silver was a registered Democrat and was known for his liberal views. He was actively involved in Democratic politics, supporting various candidates and causes aligned with the party's platform. However, the events of September 11, 2001, marked a significant turning point in Silver's political ideology. Following the 9/11 terrorist attacks, he began to reevaluate his political stance, particularly concerning foreign policy and national security issues. He became a vocal supporter of President George W. Bush's foreign policy decisions, including the war in Iraq. This shift in perspective put him increasingly at odds with the mainstream Democratic Party's position on these issues. The culmination of Silver's political transformation came in 2004 when he spoke at the Republican National Convention in support of President Bush's re-election bid. This move surprised many who had known Silver as a lifelong Democrat. Explaining his decision, Silver stated, "I'm a 9/11 Republican. I don't recognize the Democratic Party anymore." He felt that the Democratic Party was not taking the threat of terrorism seriously enough and disagreed with their approach to national security. Despite his support for Bush and his appearance at the Republican convention, Silver did not fully embrace the Republican Party. Instead, he registered as an independent, reflecting a political stance that didn't align completely with either major party. This independent streak was evident in his continued support for some traditionally liberal causes, particularly in the realm of social issues. In the years following his departure from the Democratic Party, Silver remained politically active and outspoken. He was a strong supporter of Senator Joe Lieberman's 2006 re-election campaign, even after Lieberman lost the Democratic primary and ran as an independent. Silver became a frequent commentator on conservative media outlets, offering his perspective on various political issues. However, he maintained a nuanced political philosophy that he described as libertarian, reflecting his conservative stance on foreign policy and national security issues combined with more liberal views on social matters. His political evolution sparked considerable debate and discussion within Hollywood and beyond. Some viewed his shift as a principled stand based on deeply held convictions, while others saw it as a dramatic reversal of his previous political identity. Regardless of one's perspective, Silver's journey from liberal Democrat to independent conservative commentator illustrated the profound impact that significant world events can have on individual political beliefs. 4. James Woods. James Woods is a highly acclaimed American actor whose career has spanned several decades in film, television, and theater. Known for his intense performances and often playing complex, morally ambiguous characters, Woods has received numerous accolades, including 2 Academy Award nominations for his roles in Salvador and Ghosts of Mississippi. His talent and versatility have made him a respected figure in Hollywood, with memorable performances in films such as Once Upon a Time in America, Casino, and Nixon. While Woods' acting career has been marked by critical success, his political views have garnered significant attention, particularly in recent years. Initially, Woods was known for his liberal leanings, often supporting Democratic candidates and causes. However, over time, he became increasingly vocal about his conservative beliefs, especially during the Trump administration. Political shift. Woods' transformation from a liberal to a staunch conservative became evident through his active engagement on social media platforms, where he frequently expressed support for Republican policies and criticized Democratic leaders. His outspoken nature on platforms like Twitter has led to both support and backlash from fans and fellow actors. Controversial statements. Woods has made headlines for his controversial statements regarding various political issues, including immigration, gun control, and the COVID-19 pandemic. His comments often reflect a strong alignment with right-wing ideologies, which has alienated some of his former supporters. Hollywood's reaction. Woods' shift has sparked discussions within Hollywood about the consequences of political alignment. While some actors have embraced their conservative views, others have faced backlash for their beliefs. Woods, however, has remained unapologetic, often stating that he values honesty and integrity over popularity. Legacy. Despite the controversies, Woods continues to be a prominent figure in both the entertainment industry and political discourse. His journey illustrates the complexities of political identity in Hollywood, where personal beliefs can significantly impact one's career and public perception. 5. Other notable figures. Several other celebrities have also experienced shifts in their political affiliations, reflecting broader trends in Hollywood. Kelsey Grammer. The Frasier star has been open about his conservative views, often expressing support for Republican candidates. Grammer's political stance has sometimes put him at odds with the more liberal Hollywood environment. Kristy Swanson. Known for her role in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Swanson has become a vocal supporter of conservative causes and candidates, often using her platform to advocate for right-leaning policies. Roseanne Barr. Once a beloved comedian and actress, Barr's political views shifted dramatically, leading her to support Donald Trump. Her controversial statements and actions have resulted in significant backlash, impacting her career. Jon Voight. The Academy Award-winning actor has been a longtime supporter of Republican candidates and has used his platform to advocate for conservative values, often aligning himself with Trump. These examples highlight the diverse political landscape within Hollywood, where personal beliefs can lead to significant changes in public perception and career trajectories. The evolving political climate continues to influence how celebrities engage with their audiences and the causes they choose to support.